days of the early suns. Through walls of lost belief, laid waste and buried deep. Summer to be set up to fall. But there's no fear that lives inside this soul. Yeah.
right, hello, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. It is your boy Ryline, and joining me today is the absolutely amazing Loople himself. Loople, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm vibing, my dude. How are you, Riley? On?
Absolutely, doing okay, can't complain. I'm excited here. We're going to be going over the recap. It is going to be of week 6 here for Mythic Esports. We have a lot of action to bring to you guys, and not a whole lot of time to do it. So we are going to go ahead and dive right into things. I mean, Loople, overall, with week number 6, let me go ahead and get everything pulled up. So I'm going to go ahead and get the DSS schedule just to start it off our higher ELO bracket here. Let's go ahead and get that on the screen for all you wonderful folks there. We have Pillars and CB Starlight in the semifinals in the top division there. And you see in the bottom division, we have Knights of Ishtar versus Glacial Carnage. And I believe both you and I, if I'm not mistaken, were the ones that did vote for both of these teams to win. And Loki was the voice of, no, was it me and Loki, and then you were the voice that was just like, I'm gonna be the underdog. I forgot who it was, but
I
doesn't
I think
matter.
I think one or the other was going to be the thing, and I honestly thought Knights of Ishtar was gonna make it to the first place before we got to this week.
Right.
So before we got to the playoffs, I honestly believed that Knights of Ishtar was gonna make it. Um, I'm just actually honestly surprised that Glacial Carnage didn't overtake it with those troll picks. um
I mean, it was still a really good match overall, from what I understand here. And I mean, CB Starlight versus Pillars, that's going to be an absolute banger of a game. I definitely cannot wait for that. And same thing with Glacial Carnage versus Knights of Ishtar here. And, with that being said, though, we have to dive into it. There can only be one from each division that's going to go ahead and make it to the finals. And who do you think the victor is going to be? We'll start from the top. Pillars versus CB Starlight. Who do you got advancing to the finals out of these two teams?
um CB Starlight did not disappoint from what I remember for their game.
I
So they too
believe so.
owed, I believe, the DP the Dark Side Project.
Correct.
So I will actually, even though they were the lower of the two of in their like they were the lower in their division, right? Let me just double check this.
Who, CB?
No, they're second place. No, yeah, CB was third place
Yeah,
in
they
their
were top.
division.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were third place, not second place, and so I have to say I'm actually going to give it to CB because this is a
Oh,
rematch game for them.
okay. Yes, it is.
Because it's Pillars versus CB, and so I will actually give it to CB.
Okay, understandable. And I mean, the original matchup, it was Pillars versus CB, and I believe Pillars won. Am I not mistaken? In their first encounter, they did verse each other at one point prior to this, did they not?
I believe so. Let me double check that for you. While we're talking about that, keep keep it rolling. I got this. I gotta find it. Wait, sorry, I'm finding the documents.
Oh, nope, nope, nope. They haven't. They have not. They are letting us know right now. They definitely not. they took the spot of Smurf from week number 1, and oh, thank you very much,
Oh,
Chaotic.
oh,
You're
thank
so
you.
kind.
Thank you, Hurricane. But okay, so they've never played. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, let's just see this whole upset.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, Pillars has been standing on top though for quite some time, just like their counterparts there in the lower division, which we'll get into in just the next couple moments here. But all right. So out of the two, you're gonna go with CB Starlight.
Yes.
I am gonna go with Pillars on this one. They've been number one, or at least in the top two for the majority of this entire split. I feel like they're a pretty solid, strong team. CB Starlight, though, they are not anyone to sleep on at all. If there's anyone that can be Pillars, it is going to be CB Starlight. So, I feel like if Pillars makes it to the finals, if they do, they're taking it all the way. That's just my opinion. I'm going to be completely honest. But CB Starlight has the chance to go ahead and throw them off that and then go ahead and go and make it to the finals themselves. But we can only wait and see. And I'll bring you guys the schedule in just the next couple of moments here. But going into the second matchup that we have, Glacial Carnage versus Knights of Ishtar. All right, go ahead, Loophole. Who do you got winning this one, my friend?
Just to upset Space Pope because I know that that's the coach of Glacial Carnage, and I know that he's gonna still give something spicy. I'm
Right.
going 2-0 Knights of Ishtar.
Ooh.
I'm gonna caster curse them, but I'm hoping that I don't really at the same time because they are good. They are
They
good.
are.
Don't get me wrong. They are actually very cracked in a sense. Like I think they have never, if I'm looking at it, they have never played. Give me 1 second. No, they've never played each other. They were in different divisions.
Uh,
So I honestly, yeah, they were in different divisions, and I think that it's just gonna be really fun to see them clash. I mean, sure. I mean, now that I just said that, I'm expecting Space Pope to go all balls to the wall kind of thing, to make it like a 15-minute game each game.
right. But hey, there's one thing that you're mistaken though. It's not a best of 3. It's a best of 5.
Oh yeah,
We're
you're
in the
right.
semis. Yes, this is
Yes,
a
you're
best of
right.
5
So
series. So you
so
know that
3-0.
Okay, you're still you think it's gonna be a straight sweep. All right, that's
No,
fine.
I'm kidding. 4-1, 4-1
Four.
for the
Wow.
Sentinels.
Okay, so still a very over majority going on over to Knights of Ishtar over Glacial Carnage. Okay.
Yes.
And I mean, do you want to change the pillars or CB Starlight? Do you think it's gonna go all the way to game 5, 3-2, 4-1? How do you feel like
3-0.
that's going to be for
3-0. 3-0, sir. 3-0.
3-0 for
I'm not.
CB? Really? I think this is gonna
I'm
go
not.
3-2 pillars. I think that they're gonna fight all the way to the wire. It's gonna go all 5 games, but pillars is gonna be victorious. Or not pillars. Oh yeah, no, I said pillars to begin with. There's anyone that can take them down into CB? I said pillars.
No,
yeah.
you said CP. Just
No,
kidding.
I was like, no, I did not. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I am not a hater. I promise you. I want you guys to prove me wrong. I definitely do. I think you guys, if you guys can beat them, that's it. It's yours. Whoever wins out of these two, I think is going to beat the bottom division. That's just my opinion. I just feel that way. Glacial Carnage, Knights of Ishtar, prove me wrong. And I definitely think though, one of the top 2 teams is going to take it overall. But for the bottom tier, Glacial Carnage versus Knights of Ishtar. This is going to be tough. This is going to be another 5-game banger series, definitely. This is hard. This one's really hard. I am genuinely like honest with my words right now. I cannot pick between these 2 teams. They are both.
You have to pick.
If
You
I
have to pick. You have to. It's
Aye.
a curse if you don't. It's a
All
curse
right.
if you don't.
You said Knights of Ishtar over Glacial Carnage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Glacial Carnage over Knights of Ishtar then, just to
Okay,
balance
alright.
the scales a little bit. But this is going if they're both series you guys need to watch. That is for certain. This is going to be, I think, one of the best setups of any series that we've had between Mythic and Gap. If you've been here for long enough, you know what Gap is. But I think this is definitely going to be an absolutely amazing semifinals between these two. And then going into the finals there, we'll have another prediction when that time comes. But, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring up the schedule, though, so that way you guys know when to tune into these wonderful games. And I'm going to go ahead and show you all right now. So for day number 1, which is going to be the Pillars versus CB Starlight, that's going to be July 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the winner or the loser of each of these is going to go ahead and go into a third place match of their own. And we'll tell you that at a later point whenever that gets scheduled. But for day number 2 there, it's going to be this Sunday, July 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is going to be Knights of Ishtar versus Glacial Carnage. So definitely looking forward to both of those games. I mean, Loophole, this is going to be amazing, my friend. This is going to be absolutely amazing.
I know, but I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be so busy this week with other stuff. I won't be able to cast it. So no, I don't get to see. You guys don't get to see my. This is the only time this week you guys have to see my face. So this ugly mug.
No, you might be available for one of the days. You might be available.
I might be. It's on a maybe. It's on the fence. It's on the fence, for real.
Yes, we are right there. But you know that you're welcome more than any time. And
Thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend. And let's go ahead and jump on over to our other series here. It's the SBS, our Strivebreaker series. And we're going to be going ahead and summarizing week number 6 here. Turnips Tots now in a very commanding first place lead with 16 points. Insomnia Ouroboros with second place with 13 points. Mythic sitting on wards with 11 in third place. Needlessly Large Rods with fourth place with 8 points. Mythic Prep No Leash with 7 points in fifth. Ago also tied, but in sixth place with 7 points. 100 Thumbs following very closely behind with 6 points. And then Relinquish Renegades in eighth place with 3 points. So, Loople, I mean, top 4 spots. This is the final week. Do you think that we're going to have any upsets? Is Needlessly Large Rod's going to hold on to it? Is Prep No Leash going to take it? 100 Thumbs could potentially even take it as well if they get a 2-0, just like they did last week here. So, I mean, what are your thoughts going into Division 1 SBS week number 7 here?
Tots is not going to move. That's for sure. they're not moving. As for Insomnia Ouroboros, that might be. They actually might keep their second place, depending on how well the game of Pref No Leash versus Sitting on Wards. Now, if Sitting on Wards gets 2-0'd by Pref No Leash, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. If Sitting on Wards 2-0's Needlessly Large Rods, then Pref No Leash actually has a chance to make it to the playoffs.
That is true.
Relinquish Renegades and Agoat. If Agoat actually 2-0's, then we're gonna actually we might have a tiebreaker situation.
They can't. I think this is their bye week.
Wait, no, that's for Relinquish Renegades versus Relinquish Renegades.
No, Agoat, I'm pretty sure is not playing this week at all. I'm very.
Oh, they're not.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm like very confident in that statement. I can look real quick.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Nope. I am mistaken. Yeah, no, they're versing Relinquish Renegades. You are correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You are 100% correct. My fault.
Okay.
My fault, everybody. I was wrong.
But no, it all depends on how well both their games go, because Pref No Leash and Ago 2-0 their opponents, then it's gonna be a giant swing and something, but in the standings. It all just depends on how well their games go.
Yeah.
But we could see either I know that we decided something on how the tiebreakers were. I think it was just basically game stats and stuff like that. I think it was.
Yeah, it was like points, I think KDA, things like that. We have a whole stats team dedicated to that.
Yeah, but it like Ago or Pref No Leash could be making it into that 4th spot, which would kick Needlessly Large Rod out of that 4th place position. So
True.
It's gonna be a fun week for Division 1.
Yeah, Division 1 will be a lot of action, definitely, and we're gonna have some very interesting games here that are gonna be streamed, and I think we picked a good amount of them. But yeah, no, that is going to be it for the SBS Schedule 1 there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Division 2, pulling up on your screen right now. For Division 2, we have Shrimp Gang with, once again, a very commanding lead, 16 points, first place. In second place, we have X Rising Reborn with 12 points. We have a two-way tie for third place between We Hate Renekton and TDS Proton. And fourth place, technically, Gregory Loves His Fries with 8 points, tied with TPO Daddy's Degenerates, also with 8 points, and then Seven Savages with the last place with 4 points. So, not exactly, calm over here either, Loophole. I mean, we have here We Hate Renekton tied with TDS Proton. Gregory Loves His Fries also tied with TPO Daddy's Degenerates. 9-9, 8-8, and I mean, we have a lot of these people going head to head here that are really going to be, stringent upon the positioning here for the top 4 making it in Division 2. So, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts going into this? Is it going to stay the same, or are we going to have a huge mix-up coming out of Week 7?
So the thing is that I don't think Shrimp Gang and X Rising are going to move at all. I mean,
Well,
X Rising, yeah. Well, it's just gonna stay, and also X Rising basically has it win by forfeit. because of personal issues, personal things for Shrimp Gang. Um, Daddy's Degenerates and the We Hate Renekton game are going to be TPO Double D versus TDS Proton, and also Seven Savages versus We Hate Renekton are going to be the two games to watch. Now, I know it's weird, but if Seven Savages stops We Hate Renekton from 2-0ing them,
Mm-hmm.
then that kind of upsets the balance of the scales here. Uh, the reason why I say that is because uh, if TPO Double D 2-0s TDS Proton, they go up to 11 points, which gives them third place. But
Right.
also but We Hate Renekton would also tie for X Rising if they 2-0. So then they would go into the stats, and then they would either go second or third place. So in other words, the ones that could make it, depending on how well their games go, is actually, sorry to say, the ones that we should be watching is the TPO Double D versus TDS Proton.
Yeah.
Because they are the team. That is the cutoff game.
Yep.
TDS Proton and TPO Double D, this is make or break for them. This is the make or break week for them.
Yes, sir. And I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. That is the game, in fact, that we are going to be streaming this Saturday. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll get into that, more later of the schedule for this week. But yes, that is the game that we are actually going to be looking at, because you're right. This is the biggest focal point for literally both of these teams. We Hate Renekton is also going to be going against Seven Savages here. Seven Savages could 2-0. If We Hate Renekton gets 0 points, 0. They are going to be stuck with 9. That just means Gregory Loves His Fries or TPO's Daddy's Degenerates have to get at least 1 point. They have to win 1 game minimum. Even if they lose in the whole best of 3, it doesn't matter. So they need to win 1 game out of this best of 3 in order to tie if Seven Savages is able to 2-0. But I know there's a lot of ifs and that's and what ifs and boom boom booms and the multiverse of things that could possibly happen. Unfortunately, there's only one outcome, and we will see this upcoming week. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and pull up the schedule, though, and give our predictions as to what we think is going to happen. This is going to be for Division 1 happening here. July 14th, we have Needlessly Large Rods versus Mythic sitting on wards. Insomnia Ouroboros versus Mythic Prep No Leash. Relinquished Renegades versus Goat. And Turnips Tots versus 100 Thumbs. Loople starting from the bottom.
Yes.
Turnips Tops versus 100 Thumbs. Who do you got, my friend?
Is that a question?
Yes, it's a question. You gotta.
Is that a...
Yeah, you gotta answer that. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
because I'm in so confident in Turnips Tots, because I mean I literally was talking to Juggernaut, and it was he asked me for these troll picks, and I gave him the troll picks,
Mm-hmm.
and his team actually might be following through with said troll picks.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna give it. I'll be nice. 2-1 Turnips Tots.
Okay.
2-1 Turnips Tots.
Okay. And I'll go Relinquish Renegades. Who you going with?
I think Relinquish Renegades has it.
R-
Honestly.
I'll go. Really?
They have gone through actually,
It's rough. It's been rough.
it's rough. It's been very rough. I was hoping to see, Relinquish Renegades make a comeback. But this is week 7. This is week 7. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I'll go 2-0.
Okay. Yeah, they're just trying to close it out, and they are sitting with 7 points still. So if they 2-0, that puts them up to 10, right above Needlessly Large Rods, who's currently sitting in 4th place with 8 points. And their matchup is kind of insanely crazy, but we'll get to them in just a little bit. Relinquish Renegade, or I'm sorry, Insomnia Ouroboros versus Mythic Pref No Leash. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one, man. Who are you going with?
2-1 Pref No Leash.
Really?
2-1 Pref No Leash.
Really?
The reason why I say that is because Pref No Leash has been making a lot of waves in this division
You're
lately.
not wrong.
And Insomnia Ouroboros just basically there was this giant tsunami that was coming onto the beach, and then just tweet a little wave. It's like a
Yep.
little splash.
Yep.
So I will
It's-
say 2-1.
Okay. I respect it. I respect it. And here we go. This is a very important make or break game potentially for this division here. Sitting on wards versus needlessly large rods. Third and fourth place here. Needlessly large rods holding on by a sliver. They have 8 points. Fourth place. Mythic Prep No Leash is not going to have an easy time against Insomnia, who is currently second place. And they are right behind needlessly large rods. And, Goat has a potential 2-2-0 Relinquish Renegades. If your prediction comes true, that puts them at 10 points. That means needlessly large rods has to at least win 2 games if it goes to a best of 3. 2 out of the 3 games over sitting on wards. So, to just tie with Ago if they 2-0. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities that can happen here. Like, this is literally just that, that game with the rock that the magicians move around, you just have no idea where the hell it is. That's how I feel like this. Well, first place we know, turnips definitely, but Insomnia definitely, Mythic maybe. I don't know. They could potentially, just a lot of potentials here. I think they're confidently third place, but fourth place is that like wild card. Who is going to be the one that makes it? Is going to be that
It has to
place
do
there.
with all about the weather, the wind,
Yep.
the wind direction.
Yep.
And then also you gotta
axis.
kind of find, the access of the Earth and the
Yeah.
sun and the moon. Just kidding.
Absolutely no. I understand. Mars has to be in Gatorade, and it's just how it works, man. It is just how
Okay.
it works.
Can we agree to disagree on the fact that we cannot decide on one though? I mean,
Yeah.
I know that I yelled at you earlier about the.
No, but we gotta.
DSS one.
We have to.
Well,
We
I
have to.
can't decide on this one.
I
This
don't
one is
care.
actually very difficult to actually decide. So
Look at this face. I don't care. You got to pick one. You have to pick one. You have to. I'm gonna pick one when it's my turn.
Okay.
When I go through mine, I have to pick one.
Okay. All right. City on words 2-1.
Sitting on wards 2-1. Needlessly large rods. Okay.
Well, okay. I'll make it more spicy. Needlessly large rods takes game 1.
Okay, so putting
I'll
them
ma-
on the precipice, and they come back. Cavaliers against Golden State Warrior style. 2-0 the
Yeah.
rest of the series. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Understandable. Well,
All right.
I will actually agree with you on that one. I think it's going to be sitting on wards 2-1s, needlessly large rods. I definitely want them to try, get into that contending spot. They are there. They have the 4th place, but they're going against a very difficult team. Sitting on wards is a fantastic team, and it's going to be difficult. Prep No Leash versus Insomnia. I mean, Insomnia has gone against like a quote-unquote easy roster in the very beginning, so they were able to get a lot done, with very little effort. But going against Prep No Leash doesn't mean that they're bad, though. They clearly have 13 points for a reason. So I'm going to go actually with Insomnia Ouroboros, 2-1s, Prep No Leash on this one. Prep No Leash, prove me wrong. Relinquish Renegades versus Goat. You said 2-0, Goat?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to follow up with that. I'm gonna say Goat 2-0 Relinquish Renegades. They just have so much on the line for this. They need those 3 points. They need it. They need those 3 points to get into and very securely lock in that 4th place. Put a lot of pressure on Pref No Leash to lock it in, and also for needlessly large rods to step it up as well against Mythic sitting on wards. So puts a lot of pressure on them. It just depends. So last but not least, Turnip Sauce versus 100 Thumbs. I'm not gonna lie. WL Viator. The man's a beast. He's just that good. I'm serious.
You're gonna go with Viator.
Turnips is.
You're missing one crucial point. It's not even turnips.
Who?
You're not looking up. At the top lane. It's a bird.
Jug.
It's
it's Jug.
It's a juggernaut.
That's true. No, I know the Juggernaut diff is big as well, but 100 Thumbs is a very good, very good team. They are very good. A little bit of unfortunate things, within the series itself overall, but they are a very, very, very good team. And I don't know. Turnip stats, they better not fall asleep at the keyboard. I know there's a little bit of things going on at the moment, but if everything goes to plan and all the roster is going to be there to play, it's going to be very, very interesting game. I will say that 100%. We're not going to be streaming this one, unfortunately, but I still think this will be a fantastic game. And I'm going to go with 100 Thumbs, actually. 2-1s, Turnip stats.
Ooh. Ooh.
I think Turnips definitely has the potential to win. They're clearly in first place with 16 points. They're doing great. They're doing amazing to finish out the series. Had a little bit of a rough start, but right as soon as Turnips was in, off and running. And yeah, so that is my guess there. And with that being said, though, I mean, not really much else that we have to go over per se. Let me go ahead and bring it back to us, but let us know who you all think is going to be the winners of each of these games. Please tune in. I'll go ahead and go over the schedule for you all right now, so you guys know when to do that.
I don't think we went over Division 2. Just to let you know.
Oh, was that not Division 2 that we just went over?
That was Division 1.
My bad. Okay, hold on one second.
You know.
Oh, you are completely correct.
You know what? We can just forget about Division 2.
Nah. We need Division 2.
Those X Rising guys, they're chumps. Just saying.
Oh my god. New room, say Ryan Lion. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And thank you for pointing that out. That was embarrassing. Yeah. Division 2, okay. I did not forget about you. I promise.
I did.
I just forgot about you for just a half a second. Overall, though, you're locked in. But yes, Division 2. This is going to be great as well. Shrimp Gang versus X Rising Reborn. TPO's Daddy's Degenerates versus TDS Proton. Seven Savages versus We Hate Renekton. And Gregory Loves His Fries versus nobody. The Wind. If anything, we'll go ahead and put them up against, a team of the production staff or something. That would be lit.
Let's go.
Make them earn this final week. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. They would crush us. But, I think it would still be fun. It's an idea. We could do it. I'm not against it. I'm not saying it has any actual points, though. I can't give that, but it would be interesting.
We might be doing some in-houses. I don't know. Probably as soon as the split's over, we might play some games. We'll make sure Wookie definitely ints, so he mods. Just saying.
Absolutely. I mean, no. We want to win. We want to win. This is us.
No.
I want to win.
I know, but I like seeing Wookie cry.
Oh, if he's on my team, we're gonna be winning. He's gonna be making them cry. But let's go ahead and get into this week's prediction. Shrimp Gang versus X Rising Esports Reborn. Break it off for us. Who do you got winning this series overall?
Just to let you know, Shrimp Gang's not playing this week, so X Rising is going to win just by default.
I forgot. That was literally just announced when? Today, I think? I don't...
Yesterday.
My apologies. Yep, still fresh.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
Daddy Degenerates versus TDS Proton. My apologies.
Okay, so... I did... You know that comp that I showed you earlier before we jumped in here? About that whole... Okay, if they don't run that, then I'm saying they're going to get 2-0'd by TDS Proton. But if they run that, they're 2-0 in TDS Proton.
Ooh, okay. Well, this is the game that we're going to be streaming because this is the most pivotal point for both these teams.
So, I just messing. No, but I honestly think TPO will actually 2-1 TDS Proton. Still giving them that point, but it's going to go down to a tiebreaker. I'm not sure.
Okay. Seven Savages and We Hate Renekton. Who do we got?
We hate Renekton. I have to say. Honestly, no, I will say it's going to be a 2-1. I think that they're going to... Because We Hate Renekton has a tendency to get over cocky. And that might bite them in the butt. So it's kind of one of those moments.
Okay, understandable. I respect it. And Gregory Loves His Fries. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, I mean, if anything, We should just have Gregory Loves His Fries versus X Rising. That would make the most sense.
Which one?
I mean, since Shrimp Gang can't play, we should just have Gregory Loves His Fries versus X Rising. I don't know.
Ooh.
That would be interesting. So that way there's like still a game. You know what I mean?
I don't know. We'll try to figure something out for that.
You know, I don't know. I definitely think that would be cool. But, you know, going
So
through
people
the
can just look at the points.
yeah, no, that's true. And you know, going through this as well, TPO's Daddy's Degenerates versus TDS Proton, and with so much being on the line, like both of these guys really, really need this. I mean, really badly. Let me go ahead and take a look at the standings one more time. I mean, TPO with 8, TDS with 9. Whew, that's gonna be so difficult because like TDS is technically sitting in the 4th place bracket, even though they're tied with We Hate Renekton. And TPO's Daddy Degenerates is technically sitting in 6th, even though they're tied with Gregory Loves His Fries. Since Gregory Loves His Fries isn't going to be playing, TPO really has the opportunity to overthrow them, take it from TDS Proton, but they have to beat them 2-0 to get the 11 points and really lock in that 3rd place, it looks like. But, whew, that's going to be a task. TDS is, you know, right above them.
It's a spine chiller.
It
It's a
is.
spine chiller.
It is. And then 7 Savages versus We Hate Renekton. Also, We Hate Renekton really needs the 7 Savages. Unfortunately, you know, even if they were to 2-0, it's not really going to help them out. It's the final week. They're definitely not going to make it. So We Hate Renekton just has to buckle down. They cannot be asleep at the keyboard whenever they go ahead and verse 7 Savages here. But I think just out of spite, 7 Savages is really going to want to throw things off, especially knowing that 4th place is just so not secure for anybody at the moment that they just really want to go ahead and throw a wrench in the works for We Hate Renekton. I'm going to go with 2-1 7 Savages over We Hate Renekton, actually. So I think that they're going to just completely just mix it all up there, give 1 point to We Hate Renekton. You know, that's going to put a little bit of pressure on Gregory, or on Daddy's Degenerates and on TDS Proton, you know, game overall. And, you know, we'll just watch the chaos ensue from there. But this is going to be, I think, one of the most action-packed weeks of streaming that we have seen in a very long time, if not the history of Mythic so far. Like, this is going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. But
I'm looking forward to it.
I am also looking forward to it. Now I'm going to come back to the casting couch because we just ended everything there.
There you go.
And we can go ahead and go over the schedule. So do not worry about that. It was my fault, folks. Let's go ahead and bring up that wonderful, wonderful looking schedule here. So it's going to be Thursday. That's going to be July 14th at 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why they picked 9:20. But we have Needlessly Large Rods versus Sitting on Wards. Once again, extremely important game. Not so much for Sitting on Wards as it is for Needlessly Large Rods. They have 8 points. They're really, really hoping to lock in that 4th place spot. It's really up for grabs. The bottom, like, 4 teams there, so close to getting that 4th place spot. It's the top 4 teams from each division that make it into the playoffs. Remember that. Friday, we do have our semifinals. It's going to be a best of 5 starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pillars versus CB Starlight. This is going to be the final battle between these two. Before we go ahead and make it to the finals, it's very... I think it's going to be a 5-game series. Loophole thinks it's going to go ahead and be a 3-0 straight up CB Starlight. Crazy. That's a crazy-ass prediction. But that's
You
right.
know what?
I love it.
You know what? Yeah.
It's good. It's good. But following that, though, on Saturday, this is the one... I want to see 100 people in this game. Tell your friends, tell your family members. I want you to get every device in your home, every phone, every single person that you know at this game. I just want them in chat. I don't even need them to know what the hell League of Legends is, but this game, I want all the pressure. I want all the eyes on these two teams. Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will definitely be doing this game 100%. Primus is already the play-by-play, but I'm going to kick him out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll be analytical for that.
Do it to him.
I am not going to do that to him. If he willingly gives it up, I will take it. But no, I'm not going to. I am going to sign up for it, though, literally right now, because I want everyone there. This game is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm 100% so looking forward to this one. And then Sunday night, once again, best of 5, the other half of our DSS semifinals, Glacial Carnage versus Knights of Ishtar. I like Lupul's predictions here. Knights of Ishtar is going to clap Glacial Carnage. I think Glacial Carnage is going to beat Knights of Ishtar. I mean, once again, this is going to be the second half of our DSS. These two teams are immaculate. Absolutely, just head-to-head, unstoppable force, immovable object. It's going to be a really good one. I think it's going to go to Game 5 as well. I think you said 4-1, if I'm not mistaken, so you still think it's going to go... Wait, it can't even do 4-1, because you have to do 3...
I'm 3-1. 3-1. You know what? I can't math.
That's all right. It took me this long to figure it out, so who's to blame, you know? But
Yeah.
3-1, you think it's going to go ahead into Knights of Ishtar's favor. So let us know who you all think. Bet some channel points. I'll be dropping some gifted subs in our semifinals here. This is the final week before our playoffs begin for our SBS, our Stride series. So definitely tune in for next week. We'll have our quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals the week after that. So we have a lot more action here within the next 2 weeks. So definitely, once again, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandma, tell everybody, download Twitch. Twitch.tv/Mythic Esports. It is going to be absolutely amazing. And the team names for Saturday, once again, is going to be TDS Protons versus TPO's Daddy's Degenerates, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. That's going to be the best game this entire series. I promise you. I am so looking forward. Even if it's a 2-0, it's still going to be great because there's just so much that relies on this game for both teams. The hype alone is just making me like, let's go, baby. I'm excited for it. But, man, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say before we end out the Mythic Rewind here, closing out week number 6, right before a very important next week for both series here? What do you have to say, Lupul?
Tip your waiters.
Tip your waiters. Excellent. I loved it. That is helpful advice. I'm not going to lie. Don't do no 10% either. We're talking about a full 18 to 25% in that range. You know, obviously if you can afford it. So, but yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me, Lupul. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. It's going to be a banger week here at, I almost said at Banger, at Mythic Esports. I'm your boy, Ryan Lion. Lupul here as well. We won't see you, Lupul, but you will definitely be here in spirit. We'll be channeling our inner Lupul as well. So thank you so much, everybody. You all have a very, very wonderful rest of your evenings, and we will catch you Thursday. Don't go anywhere. Peace out, y'all.